The National Institute for Environmental Studies, NIES, is the only institute in Japan engaged in integrated interdisciplinary study in the broad-ranging field of environmental research. Since its founding in 1974, we have played an important role in solving a wide range of environmental problems. In 2015, we have taken our first steps as a national research and development corporation with the goal of maximizing research and development results. The National Institute for Environmental Studies has started to become a core research institute of environmental research that appropriately disseminates accumulated scientific knowledge through various activities based on 4 key words. Integrate the extensive research that overviews the entire environmental science field. Synthesize the integrated research that are aiming to be implemented at society's fundamental level. Network each research together by further developing and enriching the research network. Evolve the research field by conducting high-level research that will contribute to the further understanding and solving of environmental problems. We have set up issue-oriented research programs and environmental emergency research programs in order to correspond to the issues that are to be primarily focused on and promote integrated research beyond the traditional individual fields. In the issue-oriented research programs, we initiate research related to a social structure that should be realized in the middle to long term. We have divided the research into 5 major areas and conduct them through cooperation among the multiple research fields to maximize research and development results. The Low Carbon Research Program is for building scientific foundation that society will use to achieve the target of keeping temperature increase below 2 degrees Celsius relative to pre-industrial levels. This program will conduct research mainly in the Asia-Pacific region to assess the balances of the greenhouse gases, as well as assessing impacts and control measures. To accomplish this, the program will develop a 3-dimensional global-scale greenhouse gas monitoring system and a model combining a number of evaluation models to discuss the need for and feasibility of building a sustainable, low-carbon society following the path indicated by this comprehensive research program. The Sustainable Material Cycles Research Program is attempting to show future vision of material cycles-based societies and to realize an international resource use strategy that will elucidate supply chain structures of resource use and their supply chains. We are also assessing the effects of resource and environmental conservation throughout products and services. The program also proposes measures for transitioning to sustainable material cycle-based societies that can adapt to social changes. Additionally, the program conducts development and evaluation pertaining to the advancement of sustainable, integrated waste management systems in parts of Asia, and on the treatment, resource recovery, and other fundamental technologies necessary for recycling, reuse, and reduction in harmony with the low-carbon society and other initiatives, as well as their implementation in society. The Harmonization with Nature research program will shed light on the mechanisms by which factors behind the biodiversity crisis, such as overexploitation, development, cropland abandonment, invasive alien species, pollution, and climate change, affect the biodiversity. It will also assess and project their impacts, as well as develop biodiversity conservation measures and adaptation strategies. Additionally, the program will assess the ecosystem functions and services generated by biodiversity and propose strategies such as watershed management in harmony with nature for sustainably benefiting from ecosystems. The research program on health and environmental safety will conduct systematic research on methods of assessing and managing health and environment-related risks. 8 research projects put focus on transgenerational effects and risks to higher-order biological functions. New systems for assessing ecological impacts. Chemical analysis and understanding of dynamics that are higher throughput and more comprehensive. Research on PM 2.5 and other air pollutants. Regional water environment conservation and proposing evaluation and management methods to establish a healthy and safe society. By these means, the program will establish comprehensive systems to assess health and environmental risks where there is no established approach, as well as monitoring and prediction systems and management technologies. The Environment Economy Society Integration Research Program develops multi-layer models that quantitatively analyze the solutions to socioeconomic activities and environmental problems, such as sustainable material cycles, harmonization with nature, and health and environmental safety, with its point of view of departure being the mitigation of and adaptation to climate change. From the perspectives of environmental, economic, and societal sustainability, the program conducts quantitative and qualitative analysis pertaining to the future vision of each scale, and also designs and evaluates international and local policies needed to realize the intended vision. Immediately after the Great East Japan earthquake and Fukushima nuclear disaster, the NIES undertook disaster-related environmental research and has thereby contributed to recover and create the new environment in the devastated areas. Based on this accumulated research and using the NIES Fukushima branch as a research hub, which was established in the Fukushima Prefectural Center for Environmental Creation, the Environmental Emergency Research Program conducts environmental recovery research, environmental renovation research, and environmental emergency management research by collaborating with Fukushima Prefecture, the Japan Atomic Energy Agency, and other related institutions in Japan and abroad, in addition to contributing to the environmental recovery in the devastated areas. We will develop future visions and scenarios leading to restoration and environmental creation, and will contribute to creating an environmentally disaster-resilient society. The Environmental Recovery Research Program conducts research in order to recover the environment polluted by radioactive substances, securing the safety and livelihood of the area. One of these researches is the development for technological solutions to problems related to the processing and disposal of contaminated wastes and removed soil. Additionally, the program will conduct studies and research on the environmental fate of radioactive substances remaining in the environment, predicting future changes and evaluating the effect of the countermeasures such as decontamination. The Environmental Renovation Research Program carries out research to support community reconstruction and development mainly in Fukushima Prefecture and its municipalities. For this purpose, we will build an integrated social monitoring system that quantifies the effectiveness of reconstruction in terms of livelihoods and the environment. In addition, we will propose systematic measures to achieve sustainable communities, primarily in Fukushima Prefecture's Hamadori region. We will carry out research that supports community development and matches it with the regional reconstruction plan. We will also develop an integrated assessment model for developing future visions and investigating policy measures for municipalities, and build future scenarios in which industrial and community development, environmental conservation, and other efforts are harmonized. To improve disaster resilience of the materials cycle and waste management system, the Environmental Emergency Management Research Program will devise integrated technologies and systems for disaster waste management. Additionally, to create a strategy to manage the environmental and health risks associated with disasters, we will investigate approaches for setting risk management targets when disasters strike, and the methods and organizational arrangements for emergency environmental surveys. Furthermore, we will design and develop an information platform pertaining to the environmental emergency research field and a capacity development system for the environmental emergencies. We will continue to conduct high-level research based on the understanding of the relationship between nature, society, and life.